Today we are talking about fingerprints, the major breakthrough in the scientific investigation of crime. Fingerprints. It plays an important role in recent years in all the field. Even US introduced a system to provide visa to a person after getting their fingerprint. This is called BioVisa, and that much importance is given to fingerprint in modern days. And criminal uses his hands in the commission of crime, which leaves marks at the scene of occurrence or on object which come in contact with the commission of crime. There are fair chances of occurrence of fingerprints. Therefore, in all types of crime, we can identify the person who involved in the crime by using fingerprints. The identification of criminals through fingerprints was the first important breakthrough in the scientific investigation of crime. Judiciary and public took some time to believe the utility of fingerprints in scientific aid. Now, fingerprints are found to be useful in trace of culprits. And when we talk about history of fingerprints, it had its origin in Asia. The fingerprint technique is having ancient history from 3rd century itself. The Chinese used these fingerprints in documents and contracts. In 1788, Germany, an eminent scientist, Mayer, J.C.A. Mayer, who conducted a study about these fingerprints, and he provided a theory in which he says the arrangement of friction ridges is never duplicated. And in 1823, J. A. Perkins, who classifies these fingerprints into 9 categories, which will be seen later. So, another important breakthrough in the study of fingerprints in 1874, Henry Ford, who studied prehistoric pottery, and he found that the finger impression may lead to the scientific identification of criminals. From this period, the growth of modern fingerprints started. Dr. Henry Ford and Sir William Herschel are named as the originators of modern fingerprint science. And in 1892, Francis Galton, an English scientist who scientifically established that no two fingerprints were alike, and described a system for the classification of fingerprints. And this system was later called Galton-Henry system. After that, Sir Edward Henry developed a more workable system of classification. This system was adopted in 1897 and later in Scotland Yard. Even now, Henry system is used in many countries, including USA and Canada. The importance of fingerprints. What makes it so special? The first one is uniqueness. Uniqueness means no two fingerprints were alike. In the basic theory, ridge pattern of each finger has an individuality. Even the identical twins studied so far have stood the test of uniqueness of fingerprints. After studying millions of fingerprints, these points established the uniqueness of fingerprints. Next one is permanent. The ridge pattern of the fingerprint of an individual do not change throughout his life. The ridges start appearing during 3rd or 4th month of pregnancy. They remain till the death of the individual. It has not been possible to change the epidermal skin through surgery. The permanence of fingerprints permits identification of an individual even after many years if his fingerprint recorder if his fingerprint record is available. Many criminals have identified through this medium after years of absconding, except leprosy and all other skin disorders does not affect the epidermal ridges. Another thing is classifiable. The scope for the classification of fingerprint is large, and yet the work is very simple. Computerization of fingerprint records has made retrieval more easy. A search can be made virtually in seconds with the help of these devices. Further, the fingerprints will get recorded on any smooth object even without the knowledge of the owner. Linking a finger and pressing it against a paper also can easily record them. These are the three important factors regarding fingerprints. Then another thing is how these fingerprints can be developed, or how we can extract these fingerprints from the scene of occurrence. The first method is powder development. Powder development, in the sense, it means very simple technique, but they need experience. Only experienced person can done this. Powdering is originally done with a camel hairbrush, atomizers, and automatic fingerprint powder sprayers. The new device saves time and reduces the human factor in the work. The automatic sprayer is used in extensive searches. The powders used to develop latent fingerprint development. They are black, gray, and fluorescent powders. The first is used for all light colored surfaces. The gray is used against dark background, and the last one is anthracene is used for multicolored surfaces. So fingerprints developed by anthracene was photographed with the ultraviolet rays. The fingerprints developed from the transparencies. Another method is iodine fuming. The technique requires fuming tube filled with iodine and calcium chloride, separated and held in position with glass wool. Simple blowing through the tube evaporates the iodine, which gets deposited on the surface exposed to the fumes. Fuming is also carried out with heating iodine in a dish kept in a fuming cupboard or fuming chamber. Iodine fuming locates sometimes even old latent prints. It is used only where the powder methods are not successful for prints on paper, starched clothes, raw woods, and leather. The third one is chemical method. Chemical methods are methods for find out and locate the fingerprints are available. Here we can see the three methods. Silver nitrate method. Silver nitrate method, the chance fingerprints contain some salt precipitation that will persist indefinitely. In that aqueous solution of silver nitrate, about 3% is allowed to act, and chemical reaction occurs between sodium chloride with the silver nitrate solution gives silver chloride, which is insoluble and ultimately gives black color on exposure light. Another chemical method is 9-hydrine development. Amino acid present in human perspiration, which reacts in 9-hydrine to give pink color or purple color print. This method is very recent origin. Like this number of techniques are used in fingerprint identification. Apart from this above techniques, other methods like laser method, electrographic method are also used to get a better result. And these are the classification of fingerprints. These are the nine classifications, nine type of ridges which we will see in the uh, fingerprint records. So these are the